The WNBA is currently running a dual operation designed to protect one Golden Girl while systematically breaking the spirit of the most popular player to ever pick up a basketball. We are witnessing the birth of the Paige Protocol, a secret set of rules and protections designed to ensure Paige Bueckers is the polished face of the league's future while Caitlin Clark is treated like a public enemy. Front office executives decided that Clark is a threat to the established order, and they have sanctioned a daily campaign of physical hazing and mental warfare against her. While the officials look the other way as Clark gets clotheslined and shoved into the stands, they are already preparing the red carpet for Bueckers. This is not about basketball or competition, and the result is a calculated backroom agenda to suppress one superstar and elevate another through pure intimidation.
Yo, if you love real basketball stories, deep dives, and the drama behind the game, you're in the right place. But if you want to take it to the next level, hit that join button. Members get exclusive content, early access, and behind-the-scenes drops you won't see anywhere else. Plus, you're directly supporting the channel and helping us bring you even better content. So if you rock with Basketball Spilled, become a member today. Let's keep the game alive.
The Paige Protocol exists as a real strategy being discussed in the high offices of the WNBA right now. High-level leadership saw the explosion of Caitlin Clark, and they realized they could not control her narrative or her massive influence over the fans. Instead of embracing the growth, the league office panicked because Clark does not fit the specific archetype they have spent decades building. Paige Bueckers represents the player they have chosen to be the protected asset because she fits the league's internal culture and maintains the right relationships with the veteran leadership. Word has already traveled through the officiating channels that Bueckers is to be handled with kid gloves the moment she steps onto a professional floor. They are creating a safe space for her while turning the court into a gladiator pit for Clark. While Paige remains shielded from the drama, Caitlin Clark endures physical assaults that would lead to immediate suspensions in any other professional sport. Veterans go out of their way to deliver cheap shots and hard fouls that have nothing to do with the flow of the game. These players function as the league's unofficial enforcers, sent out to put the rookie in her place and remind her who owns the locker room. Bitter feelings consume the veterans because Clark has brought more eyes and more money to the league in 6 months than they managed in 20 years. Instead of being grateful for the private jets and the sold-out arenas, they choose to weaponize their resentment. What nobody expected was a sanctioned hit job by the league because leadership refuses to step in and stop the clear targeting of their biggest draw. The double standard is so obvious, it has become a joke among the few honest people left in the basketball world. When Clark gets hammered on a drive to the basket, the whistle stays silent and the refs tell her to stop complaining. But when the protected class of players feels even a finger touched on them, the flags fly and the technicals are handed out like candy. The league is trying to gaslight the fans into thinking this is just part of the rookie experience, but the reality is a coordinated effort to suppress Clark's stats and her brand. They want to make sure she doesn't look like the best player in the world, so they can claim their chosen favorites are still the top dogs. This is a pathetic display of insecurity from a front office that is scared of change. Inside the locker rooms, the toxic vets make it clear that they have a green light to be as aggressive as possible with Clark. They talk about her in the huddles like she is an intruder rather than a teammate in the league. A specific group of manipulative veterans who have spent their entire careers being protected by the media are now using that leverage to bully a 22-year-old. They are jealous of the brand deals, the signature shoes, and the fact that people are actually tuning in to watch Clark play. They have decided that if they cannot outplay her, they will simply hurt her or intimidate her until she stops playing with the same fire. This is not sportsmanship, and that's when the locker room cancer started spreading through the entire WNBA. The front office is the architect of this entire mess because they have prioritized their personal feelings over the growth of the sport. They would rather have a league that stays small and under their control than a league that explodes in popularity under someone they cannot manipulate. The Paige Protocol ensures that when Bueckers arrives, she will receive every advantage that Clark was denied. She will get the calls, she will get the marketing push, and she will be defended by the same veterans who are currently trying to take Clark's head off. The league has decided that Bueckers is one of them, while Clark is an outsider who needs to be punished for her success. It is a corrupt system that values seniority and internal politics over actual talent and marketability. The physical toll on Clark is starting to show, and that is exactly what the villains in the story want. They want her tired, they want her bruised, and they want her frustrated, so she makes mistakes on the court. Every time she gets knocked to the floor and no foul is called, the league office is celebrating a small victory in their war against her. They are trying to break her will and make her regret ever coming to the WNBA. They are using the refs to gaslight her and the veterans to bruise her, creating a hostile work environment that would be illegal in any other industry. But because this is sports, they think they can hide behind the excuse of competitive grit. There is nothing competitive about a 5-on-1 jump in the middle of a basketball game. Leaked details from the league's internal marketing meetings prove that they are already distancing themselves from Clark's image in favor of the upcoming Paige era. They are literally planning how to transition the hype away from the girl who saved their league and toward the girl they feel they can better manage. The Paige Protocol involves giving Bueckers a softer landing by pre-negotiating her relationship with the veteran leaders. They are essentially paying off the old guard to be nice to Paige while giving them a license to kill when it comes to Caitlin. It is a disgusting display of favoritism that proves the WNBA is more interested in being a private club than a professional sports organization. The resentment in the locker rooms has reached a boiling point where players are openly celebrating when Clark gets hit. You can see it in their faces and their body language on the court. They aren't trying to win games as much as they are trying to ruin her night. They have become so consumed by their hatred for her success that they have forgotten how to be professionals. The league is allowing this toxicity to fester because it serves their ultimate goal of keeping the power in the hands of the established hierarchy. They are weaponizing the veterans to do their dirty work so the front office can keep their hands clean while the biggest star in the world gets treated like garbage. The evidence of this bias is everywhere if you know where to look. Look at the way the league's social media handles one player versus the other. Look at the way the officiating changes depending on who is holding the ball. The league has created a two-tier system where the rules are strictly enforced for some and completely ignored for others. Caitlin Clark is playing under a different set of laws than the rest of the league. She has to be perfect just to get a fair shake, while the villains of the league are allowed to act like thugs without any consequences. It is a total meltdown of professional standards that is threatening to destroy the very momentum that Clark built for them. The veterans who are leading this charge are the same ones who complained for years about not being respected or paid enough. Now that the respect and the money have arrived because of Clark, they are biting the hand that feeds them. They are so blinded by their own egos that they would rather see the league fail than see a rookie take the spotlight. These manipulative vets have spent years playing the victim card, but now they have become the victimizers. They are the ones causing the drama and the locker room unrest, all while pointing the finger at Clark and calling her the problem. It is a masterclass in manipulation that the league is happy to support. The Paige Protocol is also about controlling the narrative in the media. The league has a group of hand-picked reporters who are instructed to downplay the physical targeting of Clark and focus on her supposed technical foul problems. They want to paint her as the villain, so the fans won't complain when she gets hit. Meanwhile, they are already writing the puff pieces for Bueckers, framing her as the savior who will bring class and order back to the game. It is a fake narrative designed to justify the mistreatment of one girl and the coronation of another. The league is playing a dangerous game of social engineering, and they are using their players as pawns in a very messy war. The reality is that the WNBA front office is terrified of Caitlin Clark's power. She has more leverage than the commissioner and more fans than the rest of the teams combined. They hate that they cannot control her every move or dictate her brand. By protecting Bueckers and hazing Clark, they are trying to regain control of the league's future. They want to prove that they are the ones who decide who becomes a legend and who gets forgotten. But their plan is backfiring because the fans can see the truth. Every time Clark gets knocked down and stands back up, the league's credibility takes another hit. The villains in the front office are exposing themselves as petty, small-minded, and corrupt. This is not just about a few hard fouls or some trash talk. This is about a systemic effort to ruin a reputation and suppress a once-in-a-generation talent. The league is actively participating in the bullying of their own employee because she represents a change they aren't ready for. The Paige Protocol is the final proof that the WNBA is not a meritocracy. It is a rigged system designed to protect a specific group of people at the expense of everyone else. They are willing to sacrifice the health and career of Caitlin Clark just to maintain their toxic internal culture. It is a disgrace to the game of basketball, and a slap in the face to every fan who bought a ticket to see the best players compete fairly. The veterans who are carrying out these hits are destroying their own legacies in the process. They will be remembered not for their championships, but for their bitterness and their inability to handle a rookie's success. They have become the very thing they claim to hate. The league's decision to protect Paige Bueckers while weaponizing the veterans against Clark will go down as one of the biggest scandals in sports history. They are burning down their own house just to prove they still own the matches. The corruption goes all the way to the top, and the fallout is going to be massive when the truth finally comes out in full. As we continue to watch this season unfold, the targeting of Clark will only get worse. The league has seen that they can get away with it, so they will push the boundaries even further. They will continue to use their enforcers to deliver the message that Clark is not welcome in their private club. But they are forgetting one thing. Caitlin Clark has the fans on her side, and the fans are the ones who pay the bills. The league can try to protect their chosen ones and hide behind the Paige Protocol, but they cannot hide the bruises on Clark's arms or the clear bias in the officiating. The truth is out there, and the investigation is just beginning. The WNBA hierarchy is a house of cards built on ego and resentment. They have spent so long being the only show in town that they don't know how to handle real stardom. Their attempt to suppress Caitlin Clark is a desperate move by a dying guard that refuses to step aside. They have chosen to be the villains in their own story, and they have chosen to make Paige Bueckers the face of their corruption. While they play their political games and run their protocols, the game itself is suffering. The fans deserve better than a rigged league that picks winners and losers in a boardroom instead of on the hardwood. Caitlin Clark is the hero of the story not because she is perfect, but because she is surviving a coordinated assault on her career. She is standing tall while the league and its veterans try to tear her down. The Paige Protocol might give Bueckers an easier path, but it will never give her the respect that is earned through fire. The league's favoritism is a stain that will not wash off easily. They have shown their true colors, and they are the colors of jealousy, corruption, and fear. The WNBA wanted to be a major league, but they are acting like a small-town clique with a grudge. The final buzzer is approaching for the league's old guard. They think they can win this war by being aggressive and protective of the wrong things, but they have already lost the respect of the world. Caitlin Clark is the future, whether they like it or not. The more they try to break her, the more they prove that they are the ones who are truly broken. The Paige Protocol is not a shield, it is a confession of the league's own failure to lead with integrity. The villains are the architects of their own downfall, and the world is watching them collapse in real time. The era of the protected veteran is over, and no amount of backroom deals can save a league that hates its own biggest star.